Today, we're diving into the latest wave of praise surrounding the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. This time, it's coming from one of the most respected voices in American journalism, Katie Couric, who just called Prince Harry and Meghan's mental health advocacy extraordinary. Now, when someone like Couric, a veteran journalist and long-time mental health champion, takes time to spotlight your work, you know you're doing something truly meaningful. So let's break down what she said, why it matters, and how this moment cements Harry and Meghan's growing influence in the global mental health conversation. Katie Couric recently spoke to Hello magazine, where she commended the Sussexes for not just giving mental health lip service, but for rolling up their sleeves and engaging directly with families and experts. And honestly, she's right. Through their Archewell Foundation and their ongoing partnership with Project Healthy Minds, Harry and Meghan have transformed advocacy into action. This wasn't just a celebrity appearance or another soundbite moment. Couric's comments came right after she moderated a major panel during the 2025 Project Healthy Minds World Mental Health Day Festival, where both Meghan and Harry were featured speakers. At that event, they didn't just talk about mental health, they spotlighted families affected by social media harm, a topic that continues to weigh heavily on parents across the globe. During her speech, Meghan spoke with her trademark warmth and empathy. She highlighted the Archewell Foundation's Parents Network, a growing community of parents who have tragically lost children due to the dangers of social media. With calm yet powerful delivery, Meghan said that this initiative is about bringing families together to heal, to share, and to demand change. And for anyone who has followed her journey, it's clear that this isn't about image, it's about impact. Since stepping back from royal duties, Meghan has embraced the role of a listener and a connector, giving families a voice in places where it's often been ignored. Then came Harry, who, as always, spoke from the heart. He announced a new partnership between Archewell and Parents Together, a US-based non-profit fighting for family rights and digital safety in the online world. In his speech, Harry reminded everyone that knowledge is power and community is strength. That one line says it all. It reflects his lifelong commitment to helping others, from his time in the military to his advocacy for mental health through projects like Heads Together and now Archewell. For Harry, this mission isn't new, it's an evolution. It's about creating a global network where parents and children are protected from the dark side of social media. Now, what makes Katie Couric's words so powerful is that she isn't just another celebrity chiming in. She's someone who has spent years reporting on technology addiction, youth depression, and mental health awareness. Her endorsement gives Harry and Meghan's work credibility. It places them squarely within a global movement for digital well-being and modern parenting. Couric described their efforts as extraordinary, emphasizing that the couple's commitment goes beyond awareness campaigns and into hands-on, community-driven impact. And she's not alone in that sentiment. Over the years, many influential figures have recognized the Sussexes' dedication. Chef José Andrés, founder of World Central Kitchen, has repeatedly described them as hands-on and deeply compassionate. Through Archewell, the Sussexes have funded community relief centres that provided meals and shelter during global disasters, from hurricanes to wildfires. In fact, during California's 2025 wildfires, José Andrés publicly thanked Harry and Meghan for personally volunteering and comforting displaced families. That's not just philanthropy, that's service. Even California Governor Gavin Newsom has highlighted their impact, calling Archewell a celebrated California non-profit doing great work for women and families. His office noted that the couple are among the first to volunteer during statewide emergencies, proudly referring to them as dedicated Californians. Within the mental health community, the couple's initiatives have drawn serious respect. Philip Shermer, the CEO of Project Healthy Minds, credited the Sussexes for making a profound difference through their leadership. Meanwhile, Jonathan Haidt, a renowned moral psychologist, has praised Archewell's Parents Network as a critical step in addressing the root causes of digital harm. And Aylan Areaza, executive director of Parents Together, even called their partnership a David versus Goliath fight, describing their efforts as a challenge to big tech's unchecked power over young minds. When names like these rally behind your mission, it's clear that Harry and Meghan are no longer seen as just public figures, they're influential change-makers in the modern mental health movement. For Harry and Meghan, this isn't about titles or appearances, it's about legacy through service. Their work with Archewell reflects a new model of philanthropy, one rooted in participation rather than patronage. Gone are the days of ribbon-cutting ceremonies and silent support. Instead, they're engaging with people directly, families, parents and children who are facing today's biggest emotional and digital challenges. Their message? Compassion is only powerful when it leads to real change. During the Project Healthy Minds Festival, Meghan summed it up beautifully. She said, "We felt the collective strength of this community coming together to heal and to act." That's the essence of Archewell's vision, healing through connection, empowerment through empathy. And as Harry continues to expand their partnerships in mental wellness, it's clear this isn't a one-time initiative. It's a lifelong commitment. You know, what really stands out about this moment isn't just the praise, it's the pattern. Every few months we see Harry and Meghan quietly working behind the scenes, lending their voices and time to projects that actually move the needle. And it's not always glamorous or headline-grabbing. Sometimes it's visiting families who've lost children to social media harm, or helping rebuild community kitchens after a wildfire. These are the kind of stories that rarely make front-page news, but they're the ones that truly define character. Katie Couric's words simply put a spotlight on something many have already noticed. Harry and Meghan are walking the walk. They're not doing it for applause, they're doing it because they care deeply and personally. And maybe that's what makes their story so different. They took the criticism, the headlines, the judgment, and turned it into fuel for purpose. Harry has always said that service is universal, and through Archewell, both he and Meghan have turned that belief into a daily practice, one that's helping people all over the world feel seen, supported and safe. Their mental health advocacy is now part of a much larger movement, a shift towards compassionate leadership in a world that desperately needs it. Think about it. When you use your platform to protect children, empower families and challenge harmful systems, that's not just good PR. That's legacy work. And legacy is what this couple is quietly building piece by piece, partnership by partnership. So when Katie Couric says what she said, that their work is extraordinary, it isn't just a compliment. It's confirmation. Confirmation that despite everything they've faced, they've stayed focused on what really matters: healing, empathy, and humanity. They're not waiting for the world to change, they're helping lead the change themselves. And that brings us to the end of today's episode of Meghan and Harry Tales. Before we go, I want to take a moment to appreciate what we're witnessing here. We're watching two people who have redefined what modern leadership looks like, using influence, not for power, but for purpose. Whether it's mental health, digital safety, or community care, Harry and Meghan are showing that impact begins with intention. And intention backed by action? That's how real change happens. So maybe the lesson for all of us is this. You don't need a royal title to make a royal difference. You just need empathy, courage, and the willingness to stand up for others, even when it's not easy. And in that way, the Sussexes are reminding the world what true compassion looks like, not through words, but through work. If you've enjoyed this breakdown and you believe in the kind of world Harry and Meghan are helping to build, make sure to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss an episode. And hey, let's keep this conversation going. Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Do you think the Sussexes are changing how public figures approach mental health advocacy? Or have they already become the global role models for what authentic hands-on service can look like in today's world? I'd love to hear what you think. Until next time, I'm Adrian, and this has been Meghan and Harry Tales, where we go beyond the headlines to uncover the heart of the story. Take care of yourself, look out for one another, and remember, kindness is the real crown.